So far, it's a really good breakfast. Definitely feel like I'll have energy for the day, better than yesterday. I also love the package that it comes in, and apparently juice is the better deal. After breakfast, we drove to a Itami Jun architecture tour, which featured 3 museums, and this had to be reserved in advance. I didn't really know what to expect before heading into it, but it was about 1 hour long, and it was like a guided tour, and I wasn't expecting that. There were about 20 people in our group, and we had to get bussed around from place to place. There were a total of 3 places. Because it was a guided tour, there was a lot of interesting information, and thankfully we got to learn about an amazing architect. After the tour, we went to the Podo Museum, which was free. I really wasn't expecting a lot from this museum, but it turned out to be one of my favorite things of the day. After the museum, we decided to have something to eat for lunch, and we found a really great noodle place, but there was an hour-long wait, so we walked down the road and found this place and had a little snack. After the bookstore, we went to a tea museum, and this was not planned. We had just seen a lot of people stopping here, and we wondered what it was, so we also came, and it was really amazing. It was actually a lot bigger than I expected, and there was a lot to do and see. Outside of the building, there is a large walking path, and there are other buildings that have like a tea house area and some other multi-shop type things. It was really fun. Hi everyone, so it is the end of day 3, and I'll just kind of give you a recap of what we did and what I thought. So start off with a early morning breakfast. We woke up at 7:30. The hotel that we're staying at offers a breakfast for man yukchonwon, which is 16,000 won, and it includes a sandwich, yogurt, and a drink, and that was really good. So I definitely recommend it. In fact, I couldn't even finish the sandwich. And then also the view is just amazing. You can see the beach, well, not the beach, but you can see the water, waves, and then the black rocks. So yeah, excellent view. Definitely, when I first saw the breakfast, sometimes I was thinking like they usually give you a buffet style, but if I were to choose between this sandwich and a buffet, I would choose this sandwich because the quality was really good, the ingredients were fresh, and it tasted way better than just going to like get, a trough full of eggs and stuff like that. So breakfast was great, started off good. We went to a museum that we had reserved. It was completely different than I expected. The reason is because it was a guided tour and it only lasted 1 hour. So I didn't like that part because there were 20 people on our tour. So it's like, and you only go to 3 museums. It's like wind, stone, and water. And they bus you around from one place to the next, and you only have like 10 to 15 minutes in each place, and everyone just is competing to take pictures, so it's not really inspiring. However, the really good thing about it though is because it's a guided tour, you do get a lot of information, and we learned about the architect who made the buildings that we went into, and that was really interesting, and that really was inspiring. So the pure fact that we got to know about that made it worthwhile. But if you're just going there to take photos for Instagram or whatnot, then I think that would be the reason that you would want to go on the trip to this place. Otherwise, you could probably find the same information online, I guess. But anyway, after that, we were in the same area, so we went to another museum, Podo Museum, I believe it's called, and that was free, and that was so much better than I expected. It was really well laid out. The exhibitions were interesting and also touching, so I do recommend you have to use the audio file, which if you have a smartphone, you can just scan a QR and then the audio file is there, and it makes every exhibition much more interesting. In fact, I would say essential, because without the explanation, you'd have no clue what you're looking at. And it's all very interesting and meaningful. So definitely go there. It's free, and it's fun, and it was better than I expected. Right around the same area, we had lunch. We found a Maemil place, and it was one of the best Maemil noodles that I had ever had. There was a waiting line. Like, you put your phone number in and it took an hour, but it was well worth the wait. We had walked and got some snacks down the road, and then the meal was amazing. There was a person next to us who was alone, and she ordered a jun, but she couldn't eat it all, so she gave half of it to us, which was really nice of her. So that was great. And then after that, we went to a bookstore, and we went to meet one of the people that my wife had collaborated with when they made their Kansai book, which is one of the books that we're selling. It's in Korea, in a lot of places. And so we met her for the first time. They had collaborated on Zoom, and this was our first time meeting her. And her store is small and really nice, well curated. So definitely a good bookstore. It's called Untitled Bookstore. And then after the bookstore, we had actually just stumbled upon, well, first we drove around their English town, I guess you could say, English village, not village, but there's like a English focused education development. So we drove around there and looked around. It looked like university campuses, even though it's not necessarily university, but that was interesting to see. And then we stopped at a tea museum, and that really blew us away. We were surprised at how nice it was and how many people were there. So that was probably like the surprise hit for today, the tea museum. If you ever have a chance and you're around the area, then definitely it's worth checking out. The landscape is amazing. The buildings are really cool. You can get tea, gifts. We had like some ice cream peanut drink, and that was really good. And the whole vibe was just fun. And then at the end, we went to a duty-free shop, and I definitely don't recommend that because there's not much there, and it's not really worth getting duty-free things there. And then we came back to our accommodation, our hotel, which we really enjoy here. And one of the good things is you can get free water and pick up your own towels if you need extra. You can, of course, get room service, but we just grabbed it from the front desk. And we ordered a pizza, which is on the first floor in the bakery, which is a really good bakery. The same place that we had our breakfast. And the pizza, we were expecting something kind of small, but it was actually a good size, good amount, and better than we thought. We had a 10% discount, so anyone who stays in this accommodation, you can get a 10% discount off of anything in the bakery downstairs. So that's a really good perk. So yeah, that's the end for today. And tomorrow we have a new accommodation, and we're going to go kayaking and do some other stuff as well. Bye.